Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is Iron Galaxy Studios. This is Tender Moments. This is General Raam. How are you guys doing? Who's on my couch today? These are some people I don't ordinarily see. I'm the Keats. I'm Adam Hart. I go by the Keats on the internet. You may have heard of me. But you, I haven't seen you in a while. What's your name?
I'm Noah. How have you been? It's
Noah.
been a while. Since I've
The,
been on one
which
of these.
Noah?
Noah Sasso,
Noah
combat
Prime.
designer.
Noah Prime. You're the original correct Noah.
Only.
All other Noahs are incorrect. And who do we have to your right?
My name is, I go by Brando. Some of the guys might be seeing me in chats because I pop in as Razonation.
Razonation.
Yeah. So, going to be kicking it with you today.
Yeah, Brando is one of our QA dudes. He's super talented. He beats me regularly. And we wanted to have him in here because we're going to do something special at the end of this show, which is actually go online and play you guys, which we're super excited about because we usually get to show you a build that's not out yet. But in this case, we did the surprise E3 release for General Raam. He is available for you right now, so you could be playing him instead of watching us, but you should definitely watch us because we have the dirty tips and tricks for you.
Oh, dirty.
Yeah,
So
real dirty. And Brando's going to go online and try and employ some of those tips and tricks on you guys at the end of the walkthrough so that you guys can see some of that stuff in action. Of course, some stuff just went down today.
Oh.
Actually, over the last few days. Let me start with I think it was
back
2
a bit.
days ago, other than the General Raam announcement.
Right.
Rukari, the CM over at Microsoft for Killer Instinct,
Yep.
he went on the stream,
Yep.
and he announced the Killer Instinct Ultra Tour.
Oh, yeah.
That is $100,000 in tournament prize money for, I think it leads all the way through like KI Cup next year.
Yep.
But they haven't announced any details. They just said it's for online and offline tournaments,
Okay.
which so probably similar to last time, right?
Right.
100K is super awesome. I know people were really excited to compete for big money in Killer Instinct again. I'm pretty amped about it.
Dude, it's going to be amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Online tournaments. Is when the last time you made money playing video games at home.
Yeah, and we did some of this last season, too, with some of the community fund money where you could join the 8-Bit Beatdown or whatever for free.
Right.
100% free to enter. You could win and walk away with like $1,000.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of the really big ones were like $3,000 or something.
Right.
And I know LCD was doing his top 32 killers showdown.
Yeah.
Some of those had big pop bonuses too from the community fund. So you could play online. You don't even have to come to events if you don't want. Get your feet wet. See if you like competition. If you like competition, you don't have to risk money to come to an event.
Yeah.
You can play, enjoy competition with our great netcode. Thanks to the netcode god Ramon, who is our stream producer today. Say hi, Ramon.
Hello, Ron.
Yep.
Yo, VIP. Yeah, it's great. So if you do like competing, I would highly suggest you check out a live event.
Yeah.
Now, why? You guys have been to live events.
Sure.
What's it
Of
like?
course.
Noah, what's it like?
It's loud. A lot of people around. It's cool. You see people. I mean, you meet people.
You meet
see
people.
people you've met before.
Yeah. Well, if you go a second time.
Right. Or if you meet
Or
them
if you meet them
outside.
online, right?
Or if you meet them online.
Yeah, Brandon, what about you?
I love every live event that we can get a chance to do where we can actually meet some people, learn
Move
some
that mic in a little closer.
Even more?
Yeah,
Is
there
that
you
better?
go. Yeah, it's way better.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, generally just meeting up with other people, learning about all their little aspects and strategies and stuff like that, opposed to yours.
Yeah, it's an opportunity, a rare opportunity to be with a bunch of people who love what you love.
Exactly.
Whether or not you win or you're there to
Yeah.
take the competition, right?
It's an experience.
I get to hang out with the KI players.
Exactly.
And I go to as many of these a year as I can.
Right.
Even before KI, I was going to lots of FGC events per year. To compete, but also to hang out with my friends.
Exactly.
And I highly recommend if you enjoy competition at all, even if you don't think you can win, you got to come to one of these things. Come to a combo breaker.
Oh, yeah.
Come to a CEO. Come to an Evo. Come to KI World Cup next year, which I think is in March now, at a really sweet theater event center thing.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. So next announcement that happened was this was just like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, not
They
yet.
did a 30-minute little demo of the Shadow Lords mode, which is coming out. And that mode is crazy. You can do all kinds of stuff.
It is.
I would say, in my own words, that mode is about, the goal is to kill Gargos, right?
We should
Exactly.
say what it is for people who didn't catch the
Sure.
stream.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a single-player mode. Like as Adam said, the goal is to kill Gargos. You can kind of jump in and play, collect items. It's kind of you can accomplish missions to kind of yeah, basically set the stage for a big battle with Gargos after you've kind of chipped away at his advantages. He's
Exactly.
extremely powerful opponent.
You run missions to get rid of his advantages.
Yeah.
You earn power-ups
something
and
along the way.
artifacts and guardians that you can equip to modify your own fighter.
It's like a replayable single player mode.
Right, it's going to be a
That's the
different
goal.
experience every time, right?
Right.
You're going to get different sets of missions, different sets of modifiers. If you don't win, which you probably won't, it's very hard.
Yeah.
You get to keep all the stuff you collected for the next playthrough. It's really fun. If you're a competitive-minded person, you're not into single-player stuff, A, this won't affect you. B, I think you should try it anyway because it's really fun
Yeah,
to be
definitely
able
a
to,
challenge.
make any character parry or make any character
Right.
inflict a bunch of PD and do 1 billion damage.
Right.
It's just like a really fun mode that lets you kind of sandbox these fighting game characters, form a little team of them, and do stuff you wouldn't be allowed to do in a normal match because it's just too strong.
Right,
It's too
exactly.
OP.
Instinct mode meter regenerates constantly.
Yeah.
That's not really fair, but it's pretty fun.
Like with Jago, I'll use the consumable that gives me infinite shadow meter for like 20 seconds,
Yep.
and then I'll hit him, pop instinct, pop the consumable, and then juggle shadow fireballs for 20 seconds and heal all my life back, which is really fun.
Have you played Mario with a parry pet? Mario is another QA guy of ours. He loves Third Strike. So when he has the parry pet, you can't touch him. It's insane.
Well, players will not be able to play each other.
Everyone knows who Mario is. He's famous.
It is single player mode, but in the QA lab, we do test stuff against each other
Yeah,
a little bit to
right.
see if it works. But yeah, Shadow Lord's coming soon. No date yet, but check out the archive on twitch.tv/Xbox if you want to see what you missed earlier today. They did fight Boss Gargos with 5 of his tethers, as they're called, which are his
Oh, yeah.
abilities that you have to try and eliminate. They didn't eliminate any of them. It was savage. It was really bad. All right, so let's get into it. Let's
Okay.
ram it up. Raam, General Raam. Okay, pick Raam. You guys have all seen his costumes and colors, so we're not going to waste any time with that kind of stuff today.
Right.
And we like to fight Jago because he's got all the base moves that we like to show things off against. Oh, that's a silly mask. Let's go with regular Jago.
Default's fine.
Default Jago. Usually we have Mr. Del Ratch, Isaac Torres, on the couch to walk us through, but he is at E3 today, killing it for us. He just did the Shadow Lords walkthrough.
Yep.
So today Noah's going to do that job for us. You see General Raam coming in with the krill all around him. Take us away, Noah.
So General Raam, he's our guest from Gears of War, and he's a general in the Locust Army. Well,
that
wait
seems
for-
like a high-ranking position.
Yeah, he's pretty important. He's got a huge sword, as you can see, but actually in his hands, because he's really tall, it kind of looks like a knife.
Put the meters on here.
Okay. He has control over these little creatures called Krill, which are like kind of little bat-like monsters, and we'll talk about them more soon, but they do a lot of really useful stuff. And he's KI's most true and powerful grappler, which we'll also talk about soon.
He certainly is, and he is big.
He is.
He's a big, tall guy.
His head is almost touching his name right there.
If only all of our heads could almost touch our names.
It's weird when you play like General Raam against Gargos. Those look like 2 normal-sized dudes.
Yeah.
Because they're both huge, and you wouldn't even know the difference.
know.
But then you put him against like him, and she's so little. It's pretty cool to see a bunch of very different sized characters face off. But yeah, another huge dude in General Raam.
Yep. So we've got good forward walk speed.
We do. It's actually pretty
Scary.
all right. Like Jago's walking backwards here, and I can keep pace with him
Yeah,
pretty
keep
well.
the pace
He's
pretty
getting
good.
away a little bit, but back walk speed not as good, but still all right.
Yep.
You're not Hisako or anything. You're not Gargos crawling around super slow.
He's got a kind of low and oddly far jump, I guess.
Yeah, his jump doesn't go up that high. It looks like it does because he's so tall, but he really doesn't jump up as high as most characters, and he jumps a lot farther, I think, than anybody else in the game.
It's like a leap.
Yeah, he goes pretty far.
Yeah, so I guess move on to his normals and throws.
Dashes too.
Oh yeah, right. Dashes, average dashes.
Yeah, nothing to write home about either way. Back dash is all right. Forward dash is all right. They're dashes. They're there.
All right.
So let's see. Standing medium punch.
Yes. So
Fast.
This guy has some really fast moves. You expect a big character to be slow, but this guy's not slow at all. This is a 6-frame move, which means it is tied with the other fastest mediums in the game, and there are not many medium attack buttons that are 6 frames in the game.
Yeah, and because of our priority, that's extra scary.
Yeah.
In the corner, you can kind of just mash that, and catch people up a lot.
It's a great button.
Um,
I highly recommend it.
yes, good button. Crouching medium punch.
Yeah, this is a little slower, but you're going to get quite a bit more range compared to the standing one. So I can hit him from about here. Whoops. Right there. There we go. Very nice.
Yeah, so he's scary
Yep.
in the corner. Standing heavy punch.
And that reaches even farther
Yeah.
than the crouch one.
Monstrous.
So I can kind of push myself out with these. I'm like, oh, okay. Scooting back a little bit. Now I'm out of range, so I use this one. Now I'm out of range, so I use this one. And those all have really good frame data on them. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, it means that you should press them a lot because they're fantastic.
Yeah, another button you should press a lot. Crouching heavy punch.
This is one of the best anti-air normals in the game. It's really hard to jump in on this guy. This thing is just monstrous hitbox, super fast startup. Covers above him really well too if you want to. Yeah, see, I got him. It doesn't really hit behind him like it looks like it might, but it's good. It's really good.
Crouching medium kick. Kind of slow, but
Yeah.
good long poke.
Not as speedy as this, but it goes
Tremendous
about the
range.
same distance, and it's a low, which is important.
And crouching heavy kick, just a very long, very good
Whoops.
sweep. Whoa, we'll get to that in a minute.
My buttons are wrong.
Huh. All right, take a
Indeed.
break.
Yeah, let's take a little break.
So,
Let's take
yeah.
a little breather.
Ram, a lot of really good normals. You can kind of chill out and
Who
press
played on
buttons.
this last that my buttons are
I
wrong?
have no idea.
It's super weird. There we go. Now I have a hard
Nice.
kick. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. It just hit me real quick.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's
Thanks.
how we do it.
People already know. It's fine.
That's true.
Yeah, crouching hard kick, really good. It's only -5, so it's pretty hard for most characters to punish this. And it is a low, even though it kind of looks like it hits mid on most characters. So it's a pretty good sweep.
So we move on to some jumping normals.
Okay.
Jumping heavy punch. Very huge move.
Maybe
good for cross-ups.
Maybe the best cross-up in the game.
Yeah.
If you never had like the hang of landing a cross-up because you couldn't get the spacing right, just use this one because you can't miss it.
just a
From
big-
point blank, still hits. From super far away, hits in the front. From about here, hits behind. There's some really nice spots you can get that are pretty ambiguous for this too, where people don't know where to block.
Jumping heavy kick. Very long range.
Ridiculous
Oh,
range.
Yeah. And jump. Let's see. I guess
Let me
that's all
show the
jumping
range
buttons we
here.
had
I think I can hit him from about
Probably
here.
Think so?
Yeah, right about here. Oh, I was just out of it.
So it-
Okay, right about here. Oh,
Uh,
okay. Got to learn my spacing a little better. There, got
so
him.
not quite
That's
full
that's
screen.
significantly far though. Once you learn that spacing, you can threaten with this from a much longer distance than most characters can.
Cool. Let's see. We have some lights. Standing light kick. We'll leave Raam an advantage on block.
Yeah, so this is like +3 on block. It's a really good move to pester people with. Whoops. Yeah.
And standing medium kick. Let him manual into a heavy.
Yeah. Very easy to manual too. There's a nice little buffer on
Yeah.
that, so it's not hard.
It's plus on block though, and slow and not cancelable.
Yeah, it is not cancelable, but easy to manual off of. Good confirm, but very slow startup. Still plus on block though, so very worth doing as like a meaty, or if you can really get someone to hold still because they're scared of all these buttons you're pressing, you can move back in with this because it moves them forward, which is great, and then resume all the pestering. And it's like, oh, he's too scared, so I move back in. Now I'm back again. Right.
So
good.
in the middle of all this, you can also press forward medium kick.
So I'm back
for-
in, I'm pestering, and then, oh, gotcha.
Oh, so that's a fake out called
Right.
deception.
It's got a little fake out. So it looks just like he's going to stomp on you, but then he doesn't. It's pretty fun.
Standing. Let's see.
I love the frolic.
A rare moment of
Okay.
playfulness.
Yes.
from the usually dour General Ram.
Good adjectives, Noah. Moving on.
Standing heavy kick.
Yes.
It's a stagger.
Yeah, so this is probably his slowest normal. Other than this, it's pretty slow, but it does stagger, which is going to give you a pretty easy confirm.
Yep.
And you can combo into throws, which is, obviously a great thing. I don't think this is a move you're going to be like pressing all the time, but if you find the right spot for it, you find the fear in your opponent, I think you can make something cool happen with it.
Cool. So we just saw the forward throw. It's got a back throw. There's
Mm-hmm.
another shoulder toss.
Yeah, I'll do forward throw here again.
Yep.
Blah! And then back throw. Shoves their head down before he tosses them. It's so mean.
Rude.
He's just manhandling them. Ugh. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He's got some special properties on his standing light kick and
What?
medium kick.
You're
I know,
kidding me.
right?
Special properties.
So if you knock Jago down, press these buttons.
Okay, so we're on to the deadly stomps.
Yes, these are
I'm gonna do
deadly
the
stomps.
I'm gonna do the medium kick, I guess. Oh,
So yeah, these are off the ground moves. So like Tusk's skewer, they can hit the opponent while they're on their back.
yeah. So a little note on this move, since I know you guys are playing with it at home, it will not work if you go over 100 kV. It'll just whiff. But if you do blow somebody out, they'll still land on their back, and you can still do the light kick one, which actually flips them back to their feet, like Noah was just saying, which can get you into some cool reset situations where you get nuts. We'll get to more of that later as well, because we got lots of tips and tricks at the end of this.
Yep. So light kick does a flip out, like we just saw. Medium kick will do some damage.
Yeah, you can't, like, even though medium kick's never cancelable, but light kick is, but as an OTG, you cannot cancel it. You're just not allowed.
All right.
Sorry.
You can't cancel these into specials, and they can always be combo broken.
Yeah, so let's show that real quick, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the medium one.
There
He
we go.
breaks out. I was wondering when he was going to do it. And then the light one breaks that. And, of course, I can counter break. I'll do the medium one. Whoops, I missed. Okay, I missed again. There we go.
Nice.
Got him. So, yeah, you can counter break those and make people sad. Yeah, more on that later. I got some tips and tricks on all that stuff at the end.
Cool. So Krill shield. This
Krill
is,
shield.
3 punches.
This is arguably his most important move, because this move is going to allow him to navigate zoning and ignore footsies, essentially. Me and Jago are having a totally cool footsie battle, and then he's going to poke, and then I just absorb it and smack him. Right? So the Krill shield, I hold 3 punches, I can charge up, I can dash cancel out of this while it's charging. Go ahead and throw me a fireball. I can just absorb that and dash through. I can absorb it and dash back. It's very, very good. If this hits the opponent, let's see. Oh yeah, we should explain this is not armor,
Yeah,
right?
so it's not. It looks like armor. It's not exactly armor.
Right.
When you get hit by a move, when you have proper armor, you get hit stop and you take some damage.
Right.
But with Krill shield, there's no hit stop, and you take the damage as potential damage.
All of it instead of partial.
Right.
Yeah.
It can also absorb any number of projectile hits.
Yeah.
So you don't lose it when you get hit by a
Pop
projectile.
instinct for me
Pop instinct.
and toss a double fireball. It's no problem.
Yep, doesn't go
I
away.
can just take them both, and my PD starts healing back instantly. So it is scary if you get hit right after that, but it comes back pretty fast.
Melee hits, though, will break the armor if you get hit by more than one.
Right, I can
So
only
you can
take
absorb
one.
melee hit, basically.
Right, so his second one got me. But if he were to go like fireball and then hard kick, do that for me. Fireball and then hard kick. Oops, I didn't get out in time. Go. So he got me. So I could absorb like 80 projectiles if I wanted, and then still be able to absorb 1 melee hit afterwards, and then the Krill shield will fail.
Right. It also can't stop shadow moves.
Right, so armor gets beaten by a grounded heavy. Go ahead and do staying hard kick for me again. But Krill shield can handle heavies. It's fine.
Yep.
It's shadow moves that beat Krill shield. So if he does like a shadow wind kick, automatically gets in there. If he does a regular wind kick, I can absorb it and hit him. And all you have to do to hit them is release. You could dash cancel on hit or block as well. Go ahead and block. And no, you will not apply a Krill Swarm on block. We'll get to that Krill Swarm in a second. You can see it on him. If I counter hit with this will be hard to set up. There, I get a stagger, which leads into a combo. Or if I full charge, I get a stagger into a combo. And the full charge is unblockable. So go ahead and try and block. Can't do it, you are opened up, which is very scary.
So you'll also notice, though, it doesn't do any damage, which
No.
makes you like, what's the point? Why don't you do this?
The hit, it does no damage. But just a quick note before we move on to the swarm. You build, so the game, if you absorb something with Krill Shield, the game thinks you blocked it.
Right.
You get meter exactly as you
Right.
would if you blocked it, but you're not taking any chip damage. So, there's a lot of things you're going to want to do with this character that require a bunch of meter. You got to be patient. You got to have that grappler mindset. You got to be willing to sit back, absorb a few moves. Maybe in footsies, you even absorb a few moves and backdash them, just to get that meter up, and then go do something crazy.
Right. Which we will get to
Yes.
shortly, what you can do with that meter. 'Cause
Certainly.
It's gross. Yeah, so it doesn't do damage, but when you do hit someone with it, they get this strange swarm on them.
They do. They do. I need
This
to
is-
turn his health onto
Okay.
no.
This is the Krill swarm. So now on Jago, he's got this cloud around him, and
Yeah.
this is constantly dealing damage.
Real damage.
Twice per second it deals damage
Yep.
for 10 seconds, which comes out to 50 points, which is about 14% of the health bar.
Yep.
So yeah, it's real damage, permanent damage. It's not potential damage.
I've been seeing people ask if this stacks. It does not stack. If I apply another one,
Right.
it'll just reset the timer.
It's good too.
But this adds up really
Oh, it
fast.
does.
Yeah, it's really scary and frustrating when that is on you and you
Right.
get
So
too
how
scared
do
to
I
take it
get rid
off.
of it other than the 10
Yeah,
seconds of waiting?
You can die, or you can hit Raam.
Okay.
Hit
me and it's
so
gone.
It's gone.
But the swarm can't actually kill you. It'll just take you down to one
Right.
pixel, and then he'll have to chip you out with a special move or something.
Right.
Is that it for the
I think
swarm?
that's it for the swarm, but
Okay.
it's
Pretty simple.
yeah, but it's really significant.
It is quite significant.
It adds up quite a bit.
Yeah. It's also interesting, too. Like if I do... I need to do something 2-hit, so I'll just... I'll get to this later, actually.
Okay. Next up
This'll
is
make more sense
specials
later.
then.
Right.
Specials, okay. We got Decimation.
Quarter circle forward punch.
It's, people are calling this the shank.
Yep. This is an opener linker splat ender.
Sure is. So you can just open a combo, do some doubles.
So it's his only opener though.
Splat ender. It is his
There's the
only
splat ender.
opener
Yep.
and his only linker.
Right.
This guy's a grappler. He is not a combo character. That is by design. I know some people are saying, well, you gotta have another one, so you do a crazy combo.
Do one linker all the time.
I think you'll find in a week it's actually pretty hard to start a combo with this character.
Yeah, it is.
He doesn't open people up super well with hits.
Right.
He does it in other ways. But, it doesn't affect his ability to do damage during the combo. His combos are very damaging. They're just a little linear, maybe a little easy to break. Maybe there's something you could do with his instinct to make him harder to break. Who knows? We'll get there.
So light decimation. It's combos from any button, but
Yes.
it's -9 on block.
Yeah, so this is another interesting thing that people have discovered is that the light one, even though it combos from any button, so you can get it from anything, is very unsafe. -9. So if he blocks this, I'm toast. But that's the only one you can confirm into, right? I could do that. That's a nice confirm.
Right.
I should probably give you your health
Oh,
back.
yeah,
too,
I
huh?
was gonna say, that was pretty soon.
Yeah, so that one's all right. You can do any button into the light one, anything you want, but very unsafe. So you don't want to just randomly cancel into this all the time, like you do with a lot of other KI characters. Like Jago's always canceling into Laser Sword or Wind Kick because why not? It's safe,
Right.
and he opens a combo if he's right. You're not going to do that with Raam. You're just not. But let's talk about the medium version.
Yeah, medium version only combos off heavy buttons, and is
Right.
-3 on.
So I'll try it off a medium here. Does not combo.
Nope.
Does not combo. But off heavy punch,
Yep.
it does combo, which is very, very good because you're going to be pressing this quite a bit. And this is only -3, which is situationally punishable. Only a couple characters in the game have a 3-frame move to punish that with. So pick and choose your battles with that one.
Heavy only combos off standing heavy kick.
Yeah, so even off heavy punch, the heavy one does not combo. Whoops. But off of the stagger, heavy
goes.
kick, oh my god, I did not
Oops,
hit
not
that.
that.
Sorry. There, that combos. And that's really important too because the heavy one is only -1 on block, which no one can punish.
Yeah.
Right.
Except for General Raam, which we'll get to. But that's very good because he has some very fast moves that we're going to get to next that even being -1 can feel like an advantage.
Cool. So the trend here is that safer versions of this moves are harder to combo into.
Correct, yeah.
So we saw the shadow version. This is a very quick startup 5-attack series of stabs.
Yeah, the range is pitiful. It's just horrible.
Oh.
But it starts at 7 frames, which isn't bad. And go ahead and block this and try and punish me with like an uppercut. That's safe. That's like -1 or -2. It's not bad at all. So if you are going to go for like a random confirm or a random special move, if they don't have meter, maybe this is the one for you. So you can actually open a combo. And it's his only shadow linker, so if you want to build up potential damage, that's what you're going to use.
Right.
And as an ender, it's a wall splat.
Correct. Yeah. So we'll just do that one more time. Captain stabs. Captain stabs, Captain stomps.
Cool.
Stabs and stomps.
I think that's it for Decimation.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have some notes on this later as well.
Quarter circle back punch is dominance.
Yes.
Extremely
this is
important.
His command grab. The light version of this has pretty great range. I'm going to be able to grab him from, yeah. Teleport into my arms. Come to me, Jago. It's really great because I can make him block 2 crouch lights and go for that confirm. He didn't, I didn't hit him, so I don't want to cancel into the stab, right? I'm going to get blown up if I do that. So I just do this. And I got him. And it's fine. You can get pretty far away with some stuff and just pick people up and toss them down. As you can see, the range is great. But the damage, 12,
Yeah.
it's all right.
So what about the medium version?
Well, the medium version, less range. Can't reach him. But not a lot less range and more damage. Now I get 16%. And I'm closer to him as well, so I can maybe step on him a little easier. That's not to say you can't step on him after the light one, because you certainly can. Maybe you do a fake knee to get in there. Oh, I missed. There, made it over. But yeah, the heavy version, even less range.
But more damage.
I got him.
Here.
And that's going to do a cool 19% and also leave you at a good range for some stompy follow-ups, some deadly stomps. Very good.
So all of those are 3 frames of startup.
Yeah, they're really fast. Really, really quick. So if Jago does like a medium wind kick, it's -3. And he holds up to try and jump out. Go ahead and do that. I missed my reversal. Missed my reversal again. Oh, wow.
Maybe
I think you're out of
too
range.
far, yeah.
You do it close.
Yeah, do it close. Maybe it's a 4-frame move. Maybe we miscounted. All right, well, moving on.
Yeah.
It's fast.
But not as fast as
As the shadow version. So this one we did check the frames on. So yeah, this moves 1 frame. The frame data display in the game is wrong. We confirmed today, 100% it is wrong. It's doing something weird. This move's startup is 1,0, which means there's 1 frame of startup before the super freeze and 0 afterwards, which means if you haven't jumped, you are already grabbed. It has nearly the range of the light version and nearly the damage of the heavy version. So it looks like this. Does a lot of stompies and then an extra big stompy at the end. And you can continue the stompies if you wish. All right, light wind kick, -2. No one in the game can punish this. Except this guy. Let's get even crazier. Standing close medium punch, -1. Just hold up afterwards. Show everybody you're holding up afterwards. All right, here we go. Oh, I missed my reversal. Oops, sorry. Got him. So, why is this move good? Well, by 2 frames, which is a lot, it is the fastest move in the game. Comes out in 1 frame, and this is the hallmark of a true grappler. This is why you do not want to be anywhere near this guy, because all the stuff you like to do in this game against all the characters that is always safe, it's not safe here. It's just not.
But he's got Krill on me. How am I going to get the Krill off?
Well, that's the
gotta
thing.
Get close.
You got the Krill Swarm on you. You got to go hit him, but then he scoops you up. And I'll show you real quick, too. Check out the damage on this. 18, right? But if the swarm is on you, that damage is ticking unscaled while you're being grabbed. And since this grab is so long, it even adds it to the damage counter, which is pretty cool. You can see it ticking down as I stomp on you. 26.
A lot more.
That is significant, right?
Yeah.
It's because of the time. So when you do an ender even with the swarm on somebody, you want to do the longest one you got so that you can get as much of that as you can out. So he's got the swarm on him. I'm going to do this grab ender, which is his damage ender anyway, and it's all ticking down while this happens. Savage. Tons and tons of damage. The swarm is very rewarding. You want to keep it on them as much as you can.
Maximize that swarm time.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can't hit you while you're grabbing
That's
them.
what you want.
So this is obviously his damage ender.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So I'll just do the quick level 4. It's not bad. 45. I'll do that with swarm on. This is gonna be a lot more.
Jago, no.
54. So yeah, we added like 9%, which is it's a lot. It's a big deal.
And you can even do the deadly stomps after this.
You could if you wanted to. You could stomp on them. which we've been doing, so we'll
Yep.
just keep moving.
So, course circle forward kick. So emergence. This is another Krill move, more of a defensive move that also doesn't deal damage, but puts the swarm on you.
Correct.
So more ways for Raam to put the swarm on the opponents.
This light one is actually a low crush. So if Jago does like 2 medium kicks back to back, crouch medium kicks, sorry. All right, go ahead. You'll just be able to beat it. Whoops, I missed. Okay, never mind. I can't get the timing right.
Medium
Yeah.
should be a high crush also.
Medium's the high crush. So this is the best anti-air in the entire game. It starts up in 7 frames. It's huge hitbox. It's active for 20, so you can do it early or late. It doesn't matter. It's going to hit. No damage, but you get the swarm on him. And if you're fast enough to get the crouch hard punch anti-air, you can just combo into this and re-swarm. So it gets people frustrated. Like they don't want to. He doesn't want to win kick in because I'll shadow command grab him. He doesn't want to jump in because I'll refresh the swarm. So now he has to play like honest footsies with me, and then he tries to do that, and then I do some of this stuff. I put it back on him, or I'm pressing my great buttons, and it just gets nightmarish. It's really hard to deal with this guy when you're swarmed, and you really need to get it to go away.
How about the heavy version?
The heavy version, all of these have like it's either low body invincible, upper body invincible, or full body invincible, but they're not invulnerable to throws. So if he knocks me down and tries to throw me on wake up, I'll get hit. But if he tries to do like a meaty heavy kick or something, I can get him. This one's a much slower startup, but it covers the whole body, which is pretty cool, pretty useful. And it hits behind him too, so in specific cases where a character might teleport behind you, it might catch him.
Let's see. Ender version of this. This is a hard knockdown Ender.
Right, but it's also a special Ender type because it inflicts the Krill Swarm. And these Enders that add Swarm to the opponent are really great because, yeah, I just did 35%, whatever, but this Swarm is unscaled damage that's ticking off as soon as he lands while he's on his back. And maybe I go for stomps there while he's ticking down. Really, really powerful. Again, you want to keep the swarm on them as much as possible. If you're going to do short combo style with this character, instead of the longer big damage combos, you want to end with Enders that add the swarm to people, for sure. Take the poison.
Anything else for this?
The Shadow version is kind of a fast invincible attack. Kind of get yourself out of here. I forget if this is throwable or not. Let's just try it real quick. Sweep me and then throw me. Okay,
Yep.
it is, it is. So if I want to beat throws, I should do Shadow Grab. Because that's unthrowable. But if I want to beat strikes and I need something faster than this, I can do the Shadow version. And this actually, most Krill attacks don't do damage, but this one does do some damage, and it adds the swarm to them. So it's a pretty good option.
Cool. So next up is quarter circle back kick.
Yes.
Krill rush.
Yes.
Charges at you.
The roadie run.
So this is a running grab.
Correct. Yeah.
Command grab.
The heavy version. Yeah.
So far.
The light version gets its armor earliest, but travels the least distance. The Krill shield, I mean. So throw a fireball, I can just Krill shield right through it. Even a double fireball. It's the same properties as this Krill shield, right? It's exactly the same, except for I'm running while I do it. So if he throws me a double fireball, I don't care about that. So I got him. It is a grab, so he could jump out, but it has all the properties of Krill shield, which is cool. The grab itself inflicts the swarm, which is great. Also does a little stab action for light damage, but it leaves you +4, which is what we leave you in advantage enders like TJ has.
Right.
Which is a great position to be in for this guy because it leads into a lot of mix-uppy stuff. Like just grab.
Yep.
Now he's scared of that, so he's going to have to maybe backdash this time. And he gets caught by that. And now maybe he, wants to jump. So, hold on. Sorry. Maybe he wants to jump this time, so maybe we do a little of this. Catch him on the ground because he's in pre-jump frames. So, yeah, lots of stuff you can do.
Cool. Shadow version. Gets the shield very quickly and
Yeah.
travels about as far as the heavy. Or
Gets the shield on
exactly
like
as far?
frame 2. Yeah, it's pretty good. So you can actually react to some fireballs from certain distances with this.
He also moves a lot
Yeah.
faster.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'll get there in time. Yeah,
Nice.
I didn't make it. But yeah, there's some situations you can use this in against certain characters that'll help you close the distance. Not the best move in the world, though, to be honest. It's just okay.
I think that wraps up his specials.
Well, the Ender version of that is
Oh, right.
interesting too, because it also applies a swarm, but it leaves them +4, so you can get kind of the same mix-ups going. But you get a standing version of those mix-ups, which is a little faster than the knockdown version of those mix-ups.
Right.
Throw people off a little bit.
Next up then is the Krill Shield Cancel.
What?
Yeah, what is this? So this is 3 punches, and it lets you use Shadow Meter to cancel out of Decimation and Krill Rush. By using
Or
the Krill
normals.
Shield.
Yeah.
Or normals.
Yeah, so you could do some stuff like that. Whoops. Whoops, I missed it again. I'm trying to do the fun. That is possible, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, you can cancel out of these. So I like to... There, that one works.
There we go.
Little KSDC, Krill Shield Dash Cancel. It's pretty fun. That's off the heavy stab. But you might use it to keep yourself safe. I'm going to try and confirm with this. Brandon might block it, so I bail out. Or maybe I use that as a frame trap. Maybe he tries to press a button there and gets caught, you know. Whoops. Why can't they do a quarter circle forward? Here we go. What's wrong with me? There. So I got the counter hit, which would have got me a combo, which is pretty great. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Cool.
What else can I cancel out of? I can cancel out of
Krill Rush.
Krill Rush. So this is a great way to get in, but pretty unsafe. You're going to have to do the grab at the end, get yourself hit. So maybe you just bail out for a meter. So Jago throws me a fireball. I know he's going to be able to avoid this, so I just, you know, now I've gained a lot of distance on him. Throw me another one. And now I'm backing him into the corner, right? And I could have dashed forward on that if I wasn't scared of an attack. Throw me another one. Now I'm in there, right? Really, really useful use of 1 meter. And again, meter's not really hard to build with this guy. People are going to want to zone him. It's pretty easy to use Krill Shield to absorb stuff and get some meter.
Cool. That, I guess, takes us to Instinct. Krill Storm.
Yeah.
So this is
nuts.
Uh-oh.
Super nuts. I dropped one of my
this
favorites.
is about as close as KI will get to invisibility or stealth.
Yeah, we're really against that idea. We just are not a fan of being completely invisible. But this is a stealth mode. He is supposed to be hard to see. I've seen some people saying, you know, you got to tone down the VFX. I can't see General Raam during his instinct. I was like, yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to be able to see him. He's hiding in the storm, but you will be able to see the opponent very well. Jago is still very clearly visible. I can see exactly what Jago is doing. We both know where I am, but we don't necessarily know what I'm doing, which makes his combos very difficult to break. He's also inflicting potential damage on Jago that is unavoidable. There's nothing Jago can do about that. He will take potential damage. So it's on me to cash it out, which is very difficult. Like I said, it's very hard to open people up with this character. If he holds down back, what can I do? I have to settle for grab damage instead of the big cash out, right? So this is going. He's holding down back because he doesn't want me to hit him. I'm going to have to risk a fully charged this, which is hard to see. So you might be able to open somebody up with this and actually cash it out. Now we're doing Mondo damage here.
And you can barely even see those
Right.
linkers. No doubles.
That was a 1 chance for 55, right? Yeah, and he's very hard to break in that mode too because of that. You may confirm into this too. So like some people like to activate mid combo and then just do it that way. Get some big damage. The other cool thing is his Krill Shield. You can walk around while you're charging it. It's just so hard to see that he's even doing it. It's a really good way to open people up who are down backing who are holding down back during that mode because they're scared of getting opened up and eating the PD. But I honestly think going for the PD is pretty risky. My favorite option when people know the game and they really just want to hold down back is I just command grab them over and over because they're too scared. And I just settle for this. This is add up. You know, I'll do 3 of these in a row and that's 60%. And if I really feel like he's tired of this and wants to hold up, then I can get a grounded combo going and try and cash it out anyway. And it lingers for a little bit after the mode's over too, so you still may get an opportunity to get it. Very, very, very strong instinct mode. Deception, stealth can do a lot for you. But it feels really good to anti-air General Raam when he's in this mode because he's just like being a jerk. Yeah, you could also just pressure him and try and maintain control of the match.
Exactly.
So you don't have to worry about where he is.
Be brave.
Yep, just be brave. You have to attack the darkness with your heart and soul. But I hit him once. I did a light auto double, and now he's lost 54%. So, people were posting the first day this guy came out. I found 101% combo with General Raam. Yeah, we know.
Yep.
Does a lot of damage.
After a week, you're going to have trouble hitting that. Probably against anybody who's good, but we know. Yeah, that's on purpose. Enjoy. We crazy, you know.
I think that's a character.
That's the character. Let's do tips and tricks. I know a lot of you guys kind of braved through all the explanation that you already knew from playing the character for 2 days. But let's talk about tips and tricks. The first thing I saw a lot of people saying is, how do I stop people from jumping with this guy? They hold up back and I can't do anything.
Right.
Oh, but you can. First of all, if you have them cornered, which you're working towards, and you just do this, and then they're poisoned again, and they have to deal with it. But if you want to stop them from jumping entirely, there are a ton of really cool frame traps you can use to do that, some safer than others. But I'm telling you, after Light Punch, I can grab them, so people are going to want to hold up.
Right.
So I'll cancel into the Light Punch version of this, go ahead and block the jabs, and then try and jump. Got him.
Go.
That's unsafe, so it's not my favorite. But there are some better ones. Medium Punch. Go ahead and jump out after that. I'll do a medium punch into grab, missed. Medium punch into stab, got him. That's medium punch into medium stab. That'll prevent jumps, and it's only -3. It's not bad.
Nice.
Ramon, you got something for us? Okay. Heavy punch, which you're going to be pressing a lot. You may think there's no grab threat after this, but this move's +1, and I can reach him. Like I could reach him from here easily. Whoops, I would have had him. Oh, stop jumping.
Oh, sorry.
I just want to show that I can grab you from there. That is very threatening.
Gotcha.
Now try and jump out. So that's heavy punch into heavy stab. Cannot jump out of that. And that's only -1. That's the one you're going to go for the most when you're trying to anti-jump people. And then they get beat up pretty bad. And there's some other frame traps you can do. This is not all of them. This is just kind of the start. Medium kick, if you can get them to block this, you can go straight into medium punch, and they will not be able to jump out of that. So you have a nice grab setup here, because they will soon learn that they can't jump safely. And then if you see that get blocked, of course, you can confirm and get out if you have the meter. Another one is standing light kick, which is +3 into itself or into standing medium punch. So go ahead and try and jump out of that. Whoops, I was too slow. There, got him. So yeah, those are some anti-jump traps to get you started. There are a lot more. This character is really pretty good at keeping people on the ground and keeping them scared enough to actually land those grabs. So practice that stuff up in the training room. What else we got, Noah?
Well, what about zoning? What do we do if I'm Raam?
We got to bust zoning, yeah.
You got to bust it somehow.
Well, obviously, we're going to want to use the Krill Shield dash cancel stuff. So go ahead and throw me some fireballs. We're just going to navigate our way through. Once we're at this range, actually, he's in range of being hit by a jump hard kick.
Right.
And that's a huge problem for him. So he's going to have to throw less fireballs once you teach him that he has to respect that. So jump hard kick in range here. Now try and anti-air this jump hard kick. Right from here. Hold on. No more fireballs. Just anti-air this jump hard kick.
Ooh.
Well, that'll
That's
do
one
it.
way to do it.
Yeah. All right. Now anti-air it again.
All right.
That's the gimmick. I jump forward and I don't press it. He uppercuts, and then he's mine. Because there's so much extension on this, right? It's like I can hit from here. Wow, he even missed there. So I can hit from there. Same distance. He thinks I'm going to hit. He whiffs his uppercut. I get damage, which is great. More tips to bust zoning. You're going to want meter, right? So throw me some fireballs. You do not always have to risk like coming forward and going through. You could absorb one of these and move back. Jago's going to want to see your Krill Shield and Shadow Wind Kick, right? So I'm going to absorb the fireball, dash forward, you Shadow Wind Kick me.
All right.
I'm toast. Oh, wow, it even hit me there. I screwed up.
Too early.
Yeah, it's taking my dash input before I absorb it because of the screen freeze. There, he got me, right? But now do the same thing. And I backdash, and I can punish. So you don't always need to move forward. You need to be smart about when you take space and how you take space away from your opponent, because you do want to work them to the corner, which is where the magic happens.
All right.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to spend some meter once you've earned it on that to gain position. Don't be afraid to do your roadie run through something And if they jump, go ahead and neutral jump this. Now I'm in, right? He could have come down with an attack, but I can absorb one attack, so it's totally fine. And now I'm in, and the fun begins, right? So don't be afraid to spend a meter on that. It may seem like a waste of meter, but I really don't think you're going to have a hard time once you get in the flow with this guy of having meter. It'll be harder to have meter against characters who can't zone you, but those characters are already losing to you anyway because they have to come in.
Right.
So definitely try and stay at ranges where jumping hard kick is a threat, and that will reduce their zoning options because he wants to throw fireballs from here, and then I might jump over one and hard kick him in the face. He's throwing the really slow ones, which is pretty tough for me, but if he were to throw the faster ones, he'd be in danger. And a lot of characters don't have fireballs as slow as Jay goes, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's zoning busting.
So what if I have a bunch of potential damage and I really want to cash it out?
If I have the potential damage and I want to cash it
well,
out?
on the opponent.
Yeah, well, I need to open a combo, but that's pretty hard to do and it's unsafe, right?
Yeah, it's
But I
extremely
want to take a
unsafe.
risk, right?
No.
So if I have some meter, I can just combo into that from any button. That's going to be safe, too, like we showed earlier. He can't punish that. But he could shadow counter it, unfortunately. And that's tough. That's tough for me. So I only want to do that if he has less than 1 meter. Or if I have 2 meters and I'm feeling really cheeky, go ahead and shadow counter this.
Crafty.
So that move, Shadow Decimation, can be Krill Shield dash canceled on any hit instead of just the last one. So I could bail out anytime I want, bait that Shadow counter. It's risky. It's a lot of meter to gamble, but again, I don't think you're going to be at a meter deficit with this guy. I think I've seen that gamble work in live play quite a few times already. It's just not something people are expecting. And the good news is when they do expect it, they'll let you finish the shadow move, and then you'll be safe. You'll be unpunishable. And because you're only -1 or 2, you're technically at advantage because you have a faster throw than any move they have, unless they're also General Raam. Which could happen. You know, the first few characters out, lots of mirror matches. So after you try some of this stuff, if it doesn't work out for you, maybe you get back to mid-screen, start absorbing some more stuff, playing footsies again, threatening with jump hard kick, absorb a fireball, absorb a button, and backdash it, get that meter back up. And then once you're at 1 meter or 2 meters, it's time to really go in and make something happen again.
So, what about this medium deadly stomp? Why even bother with this move?
I have definitely seen that online already. People love the light kick one. They love this flip out. They definitely obviously see the applications of being able to trap people who want to get out of your command grabs, and when those people hold still, then you just grab them. Whoops, that was too far. Too far again. There we go. So yeah, all that stuff. So why would I use the medium kick one? Yeah, maybe people have been breaking your light one, and you really want the flip out mix up, so you do. Go ahead and try and break the light one. He's locked out, so now I can flip him out safely without getting broken, which is cool. Another reason you might want to do it is time, because we have the swarm on them, and we want it to eat away at them as long as possible. So we just start stepping on them and letting it do its work, right? They could break that, but it's risky. You don't want to get counter broken by this character, because if you do, he might pop instinct and take 80% of your life away. But here's the real reason you should bother with the medium stomp. It's another hard knockdown, and it's the only one he's got that I know of that lets him threaten a fully charged Krill Shield. So
Charge. Yep.
that's unblockable and has Krill Shield on it and starts a combo and inflicts Swarm. That's dangerous.
Pretty good.
He's going to need to do a shadow move to beat that, or a well-timed backdash probably. And if he does the wrong shadow move, I may be able to backdash it.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's pretty good. I think you should play with it. You'll find some stuff. You'll find some really good uses for that. That's General Raam. That's our tips and tricks section.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to this character, but I want to emphasize this guy's a grappler. If you are not into the patient, methodical style of not doing huge, crazy combos all the time, not always canceling your moves, and just like patiently walking people into the corner, being very reactive and making sure that you use emergence to take their jumps out of the air, and really getting in people's heads and making good reads about whether they want to jump or backdash or not. If that's not your style of play, that's cool. But that style of play is finally in KI, which we haven't really had before. And I know a lot of people have been really anxious to try something like it in KI, and I know I've been reading the forums and watching people's streams.
Yeah.
People are pretty amped about playing as him. What you won't be amped about soon is playing against him. When those players get good and start punishing all your -1 stuff with Shadow Grab, I expect to see the nerf please tweets and all that stuff, which I will promptly mute. But that's the dude. So we're going to switch Brando to first player real quick. We're going to go online. He's going to play General Raam against you guys in ranked. So if you want to fight us, hop in ranked here in a minute. Ramon, if you could switch us to Sofa so we can switch out here. Cool.
Adam,
all right, Brando, go ahead and restart.
Okay.
One of the quick questions people were asking is his running grab. Is that Krill armor or is that armor?
No, that's Krill Shield.
That's Krill shield.
He does not have any super armor on him. He only has Krill Shield on his moves, which is, again, a separate mechanic from super armor. To recap, armor, when a character who has super armor gets hit, they take partial damage, but it's real damage. There's a long hit stop, and grounded heavy normals will ignore super armor.
Right.
Krill Shield, the user takes full damage, but as potential damage, no real damage. There's no hit stop, and the user can absorb, instead of just one hit of any kind, he can absorb any number of projectiles and then one melee hit.
Including heavies.
Right, including heavies.
Right.
But shadow moves all beat Krill Shield. So we made it a separate mechanic because we wanted to make sure you were as confused as possible. Hopefully we're doing a good job at that. But it's really cool. He adds a lot to the game. He makes a lot of sense once you get him moving.
Right.
We are hopping in ranked. We are I to the G, I think, right? Or are we Mighty Iron Galaxy?
Mighty
IGS.
Mighty IGS, cool. You're going to be playing against QA Brando. He's got a pretty good General Raam. We have some other good General Rams here, too. I think everyone really started to enjoy the play style.
Oh, yeah.
Amenti and T-Swag were both getting pretty good with them. Mario, Mighty
is
Mar is
great.
pretty good with them. Some of that tech we showed you today is Mighty Mar stuff. Shout-outs to him, Vampire Savior God. Really, really cool. Hopefully we can find an opponent. That'd be pretty great. That'd be pretty
We're
swell.
not too scared of General Raam.
Unfortunately, our nat type in this office is a little rough.
Yeah, so it can be
takes
hard.
a little while to find something. But we do play a little bit from the office.
We do. But yeah, hit me up with some more questions, in the chat. Ramon will read them to me.
Here we go.
And otherwise, Noah and I are just going to commentate Brando's match and just talk about General Raam and KI. I know some people have asked why General Raam instead of like one of the main characters. And really, we all decided as a team, Iron Galaxy, Microsoft, and all that stuff. And we're really looking for not only what character makes sense in KI, like thematically, because this game's all about like monsters and stuff. But which character is going to suit the gameplay needs too? Like what kind of style are we thinking of adding to the game? And,
Right.
does that character inspire kind of what we need? And we all really wanted a very core grappler in the game. And when we saw this guy, we were like, yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy that's definitely going to be our core grappler. And once we got him running, we were a little worried maybe it wouldn't work to have a character with a super fast command grab in this game, that it might be too much. But I think it works beautifully. Just the trade-off is that a little harder to open combos with him. So Brando off to a good start here against, what does it say, Urban Gent?
Urban Gent
I like that name.
205
That's
L
nice.
or 1.
I would not expect an Urban Gent to play Saberwolf, though. More of a top hat Conra kind of guy. General Raam does pretty well against characters like Saberwolf and Orchid who have to come to him.
Right.
Pretty darn well, in fact. But he struggles, as core grapplers tend to, with characters who have good runaway or good keep away. And that can include mid-range stuff. Are your buttons wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to reset them after this.
Gotcha.
So it was you that screwed up my buttons. Yeah, so you're going to be worried, if you're a General Raam main, you're going to be worried more about like the Conras and the Fulgors of the world who can really zone you out and make you really work for it. At least when you get in on some of those characters, like a Conra or a Gargos, you can really go to town. Oh, got him. But, Fulgor has a DP. He's a little more slippery for General Raam. It's probably his hardest matchup in my experience. Ooh, wow. He got right under that standing heavy kick.
Nice.
Brando firmly in control. Nice. Absorbs the overhead. Yep. Clean. Very clean. We didn't show his ultra, but he's out, so you guys can see that and the accessories and the colors to your heart's content. Some people have been asking if playing a color version of Raam with like blue or white or pink is a competitive disadvantage because he's easier to see inside the Krill swarm. And the answer is probably yeah. Yeah, it's
So
probably
cool,
a competitive disadvantage, unfortunately.
Worth it, though.
Pink Raam, best Raam,
Oh, God,
for
yeah.
sure.
Getting game audio now.
Nice. Yeah, I like the use of the Krill shield that Brando's using to kind of make... Yeah, jeez. He's just basically telling the Saberwolf all of your options are wrong. I'm just going to keep this swarm on you and do buku damage. And, you know, one thing Saberwolves really love to do is poke with running uppercut, right?
Yep.
But that's -2. That is punishable by Shadow Dominance, by Shadow Command Grab. So Saberwolf player has to play very differently. Has to play a very kind of footsie-oriented game in order to do well against General Raam, and it's not easy. This is a tough matchup for the Wolf, for sure. Oh, wow. Baits the Shadow counter.
Ooh.
Okay, broke through, because he did a chain combo there. You can only absorb one hit with the Krill shield, and that was 2 hits, so that's why it broke through. Oh, poor puppy. Hear him squeal.
Oh.
Stop.
He's in the loop.
Oh,
yeah, he
no.
doesn't know. He doesn't know to hold up. Just keep going. Oh, man, he did the running one, too.
Yeah, I meant to do the other one.
He gave up, I think.
Okay.
He wasn't ready for the mighty IGS. That was unfortunate.
I mean, there's one. We should really play this account to get to killer or something.
Yeah, probably.
What is it at?
It's at
It's
gold.
at gold right now. About
Yeah.
halfway through, I think.
Yeah, maybe we'll come up against a killer. That was a gold player. That was
gold,
2
I
out of 3.
Yeah. It
Why
was
don't you go back to main menu?
change the button.
Yeah, change his buttons.
Oh, yeah. Adam, what is a Valle CC?
Oh, that's a great question.
People are asking if this was intentional, and that's why you gave it.
So I think people are referring to the thing that was just discovered where if you... This is the secret tech. If you pop Instinct and then you do Shadow Command Grab immediately, so it happens on the reversal frame after Instinct activation,
Right.
it's a 0 frame move. If you haven't jumped... Actually, I mean, yeah, if you haven't jumped, if you're not in the air, you're already hit.
Right.
So just found out today, after doing some research, that this has been in the game since Season 1 launch, and that performing any move, including normals, as on the reversal frame out of Instinct activation removes the first frame from those moves. Womp womp, learning things about the game 3 years later, right? I actually think this is pretty cool, and I think Raam getting 18% for that is totally fine. Other characters being able to do a move 1 frame faster is totally fine. So we're not going to be removing that from the game. We're going to let that rock. It's been in forever. People are just finding out about it now. I think it's pretty awesome.
Right.
But what is a VAE CC? So this goes back to Street Fighter Alpha 2. We all know Alex Valle, Mr. Street Fighter is what they used to call him back in the day. He's one of the OGs. Super, super old dude. He's probably in his late 50s by now. We all call him Uncle. He was hanging out and trash talking Lupe this weekend. I know you all saw some clips of that. So in Alpha 2, you had this custom combo mechanic where you could press a bunch of buttons, literally a bunch of buttons. You just smack the controller and it activates. And you can chain normals and specials to your heart's content like a crazy person.
Right.
And what ended up being discovered back then was that if you activated really close to somebody and they were standing, it was too late for them to block low. So you would do you would jump over somebody like an empty cross up, and they would block high, but you wouldn't cross up. You'd land and activate, and you basically unblockable them into if you were most characters could deal 40-50%.
Right.
Some of the characters could deal 70-80%, depending on your technical proficiency. I played a lot of Alpha 2 when it was on GGPO back in the day. I was a scummy Chun player, Rose player, I never learned the lightning leg CCs with Chun that did 80%. I did the up kicks ones that were very easy that did about 50-60%. But it's still a very dominating tactic because every character in the game could unblockable low you into a billion damage, right? And in KI, that only makes one move instant, just General Raam's Shadow Command Grab. And really, you shouldn't be that close to him anyway. So we're going to let it rock, like I said. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, so congrats on finding that and teaching us something about our own game. That's great.
Yeah.
Ramon, I think, wants you to cancel and research. Yeah, again, our NAT makes us a little tough here at the office. We got security precautions, you know. Great question from the chat. Thank you. That was awesome. I wasn't going to talk about that new tech on the stream today, but you forced my hand.
Hot out of the ovens.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, if your opponent is at 18% or less, and you walk up to them and activate Instinct, and you see that they're not jumping, you won. If you have a meter, just do Shadow Command Grab, and then you already got them. And if they are jumping, go ahead and anti-air that, and you also could probably win the game off that. General Raam, he's a jerk, you know? He's from space.
Yes.
He's got a knife.
Space jerk.
We got a lot of big aliens in this game. Gargos is technically a big alien. The Arbiter's a big alien.
Oh.
Glacius is a big alien. So TJ, another character that's going to have to come in. Maybe not such a favorable matchup against General Raam, but to be perfectly honest, I have barely played this matchup. I don't know much about it.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. How about you, Brando? You played this at all?
I'm familiar with it a bit. TJ does have to get in, like you said, but he definitely has ways around some of the usual.
Yeah, at least TJ
shenanigans.
could pound the ground and knock you down. Ooh, or scoop you like
He
that.
has his own command throw too, so
Right.
there's
Right.
that.
Ow. Good start for our TJ player. A Man of War 314. Oh, wow, with the sneaky grabs again. Brando, please. All right, see, I like that. You just make it so that General Raam can't move for a second when he's
Nice.
knocked down. Maybe come in and do a little something. Brando's in there now. Uh-oh. Can't believe that whiffed. Wow, this guy's pretty all right. Brando might be in trouble. Brando was better when he had a button that was misplaced.
Exactly.
All right, you got him. That was a good punish. Instead of going for command grab, he actually went for the full combo. And Man of War is not breaking.
break it up.
Maybe he knows already. Because if he had gotten locked out, Brando could have activated Instinct and done ridiculous damage. Oh, boy. Maybe he doesn't know. Oh, see, now that was a good trap. That was what we were talking about earlier. That was an anti-jump trap. He did Crouch Fierce. Was that medium or heavy stab?
Heavy. No,
Okay.
medium.
Medium
Actually.
stab, right? Because Crouch Fierce is a little less block stun than Stand Fierce does.
Right.
And that kept him from jumping and got Brando a combo. Brando's making a huge comeback now. He could activate Instinct with that lockout and do a lot of damage, but he chooses to spend both meters instead and give Man of War a little break. 49 still pretty juicy. Oh, got him.
Wow.
Hashtag counter breakers don't work.
Nobody uses them.
Nobody. They just don't work. Oh, man, that's brutal,
I'll show you
dude.
something fancy.
Ah.
Let me see if I can do it.
Nice.
Oh, I see what you were doing. You wanted to absorb it and then smash
Yeah.
him? That's really cool.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. So you
Yeah,
have
that's
played
really
this
cool.
matchup.
Mhm.
Nice. Well, that was a great comeback. He was really bopping you for a sec. General Raam couldn't be bothered to strike a cool pose for his win, so he just stands there and stares at you while his Krill go and devour you, presumably. That ice-cold stare.
It's a pretty one.
Yeah,
He is.
he's lovely. We should get DLC so we can play as Raam in a bathing suit.
Oh man.
Just like a Speedo. It'd be amazing. That'd be my costume forever. This guy might be my secondary, actually, you know. I finally chose a main when Gargos came out.
Yeah, I saw you getting a little fancy with it.
But you know what? I really like playing General Raam. I really like the grappler playstyle. But I've never really mained a grappler, and I probably still won't here. But I think he might be a fun secondary for me. So you may see me playing this big old lug online a little bit once I get out of the Overwatch vortex. Overwatch got me good. Wow, this guy does not know what to do. He's going to jump this time. No, I was right. He got hit. He was holding up. Those good commentator reads. Oh,
wow.
oh, God. Okay, focus through it this time.
this
Or,
one-
I mean, Krill shield through it this time.
This should be an achievement.
Oh, I got him. And while he's blocking this, the Krill are eating away at him for unscaled damage. Oh, this poor guy.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the comeback. TJ's going to win. Nope, never mind. It's over. All he has to do is make him block one stab or one emergence, I think. Or maybe only shadow emergence chips. Maybe the regular ones don't. I forget. It's been a while. We finished this character a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I should go too.
I like that this guy is still fighting.
He is, yeah. And now he's
All right,
scooped.
well.
Yoink. Brando taking on all challengers with his fierce-looking General Raam. I'd like to see him fight against a zoning character, so hopefully we run up against one of those.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see him fight a Fulgor or a Conra or a Glacius. Glacius is pretty tough
It is.
for General Raam to beat. That's
Even
pretty tough.
Gargoyles, too.
But
Yeah.
if you knock Glacius down, you can get him.
I got wrecked by a Conra yesterday.
Yeah,
It was-
Conra's pretty tough. But again, if you knock him down, you can win. It's Fulgor that's trouble, because if you knock Fulgor down, he might just escape
He'll get
anyway.
away.
Right.
He'll probably get
Yeah,
away.
yeah. But it's much harder for Conra and for Glacius to escape those kinds of situations.
Man of War again.
Yes, the man.
Oh, really?
Alright.
Second time. Yeah.
He's got compatible Nat with us. Why don't you go retro? Never mind, it's too late. Say play the pink retro.
Oh, God.
Give him
yeah.
a fighting
Alright, next
chance so he
match,
can
sure.
see you in the storm. And that last character slot sitting there empty and taunting you.
Man, who could it be?
Who could it be? I will drop some hints. It is not Shaq.
Okay.
It is not Charles Barkley.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got. You're going to have to wait for the Shut Up and Jam DLC pack to play as Shaq and Barkley.
Oh, man.
You know, it's been 8 years. That game came out 2008.
Shut Up and Jam Gaiden?
Yeah. I was
Yeah?
just looking at that today.
Yeah. We've been talking about the Chaos Dunk a lot. The dunk
Yeah.
that
Chaos
destroyed an
Dunk
entire city.
Will return. Or so I hear.
Yeah. Well, it took like 10 or 12 years for them to make a sequel to that summer camp movie everyone likes. Wet Hot American Summer. So it could happen.
Might even. Yeah. Is that it? Feels
Yeah.
like longer even.
Yeah, it might have been longer. I don't want to serve the queen, Kim Woo.
Great keep.
Take him out.
People figured it out. They're all calling Michael Jordan.
It's not Michael Jordan. So that's a third hint. It's not Scottie Pippen either. It's not Muggsy Bogues.
So how do you feel about Kim Woo here?
I know nothing about this matchup. I've seen it 0 times. I've played it 0 times. I like Kim Woo's footsies and whiff punishability, but Raam can negate footsies with well-timed Krill shields. Wow, I was sick. The Kim Woo has to definitely be really good on her whiff punishes and be very ready to see Krill shield start up and do Shadow Dragon Dance and just axe kick that thing and break through it. But I think a patient Kim Woo probably is a pretty even matchup here. A reckless Kim Woo is going to get beat pretty bad, I think. That's my guess based on what I know.
Uh-oh.
But I could be way off. You know, like I said, I've never seen this match, and oftentimes it doesn't play out like you think it will. So, like right now, Man of War is taking it to Brando. Brando's going to have to. Oh wow,
I was not
the
expecting
range. Right, and the parry.
that. Oh, well.
Kim Woo's parry making the jump ins not work as well is pretty good. He's going to have to do empty jump throw sometimes, I think. Kim Woo's defense isn't as amazing. You know, if he gets those corner knockdowns, she's going to have to do Shadow Dragon Kick. But that's pretty safe for her if she has a dragon, which she does currently. Ouch, there goes the life bar.
That's gonna be right now.
But I guess, you know, if you block the Shadow Dragon Kick and she tries to Dragon Cancel it, you could just do medium emergence
Right.
and knock her out of the air and get the swarm on her. Take the
There we go.
poison. Take the poison. So right now, Brando is comfortable playing patient because of the swarm. Because he wants that to eat up as much damage as possible. But he went in anyway because he's nut.
Uh-oh. What's this?
Nice. So I would just hang out and let the swarm do it. Or just grab her. Man, Brando's a very aggressive ROM player. I usually just hang out and react to things when I have the swarm on. So it makes people play stupid. They panic a lot when they got the swarm on them. And I really like to play into that panic. I get a lot of satisfaction from that.
We got to take this guy out, though, so we can get someone from the stream on here, maybe. Or maybe this guy is on the stream. I don't even know.
Yeah,
From the
I
stream
don't know.
chat,
Maybe
I
he's
mean.
in the chat. Oh, got her. Boom. Oh, yeah, one other question I've seen is some people are having trouble getting an Ultra off of Shadow Decimation.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason for that is his Ultra is quarter circle forward 3 punches, but it's also 3 punches to cancel into Krill Shield. You can do it, but you need to input it after the 5th hit.
Right.
You can't input it before like you do with a lot of other
Right.
moves because then you'll get, if you have 1 meter, you'll get the shield cancel instead. So just wait till the 5th hit and then input your Ultra and you're good to go. So hopefully that helps if you've been struggling with that and wondering why your Ultra didn't come out. Noah's now thinking about how we can solve that
Well, no,
more elegantly.
I was thinking about combo assist, actually. 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I like combo assist for ultras.
Sure, yeah,
just
me too.
because I can't be bothered to remember the input for all the different characters.
It's quarter circle in a particular direction with, you
some
know,
buttons.
It's one of four motions, but I usually get it right on my 4th try. Brando has figured this out, it looks like. Or Man of War got nervous or something. He was really handling round 1 in both of these matchups against Brando, with TJ and with Kim, but then kind of fell apart. Brando also showing that light dragon kick, even on block, into a dragon cancel, that's not real. You can just mash jab with any character and knock her out of the air. Now that's not so bad with Raam. You eat a couple jabs, no big deal. It's still maybe worth a try sometime. But sometimes you do that against a character who can juggle or recapture. It's very dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. Because you could eat really, really big damage. Like you do it against Mira, and she goes jab, jab, heavy reaping, and then you're in the full combo system. That's tough. Kim is in danger now, and I think she's toast.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's good.
Well played, Brando. Brando undefeated so far
Yeah, I like
against
it.
2 different opponents with 3 different characters. Let's see if we can get a different opponent in here. Hopefully we don't get Man of War. Again, nothing against him. He was great. We just want to maybe see a zoning
variety.
character. Be really cool to see a Glacius or
yeah.
something like that.
Everyone on the stream, chat, jump in with Glacius.
Yeah. We're climbing.
Oh, we might hit kill of the day at this
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how much longer we'll run the stream.
Yeah.
That's because we're at an hour already, but that's up to Ramon, I think.
He doesn't care.
We'll make him the bad guy.
At some point, we have to go move our cars.
Yeah, that's true. I got a parking spot this morning. I don't have
Yeah,
to
that's
move.
not
I'm
far.
good. I got here at 9:02. I know.
Irish
Who we got?
Warrior.
Irish Warrior. That's cool.
It looks like he has a guard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gargos is a matchup people are
This'll be
complaining
fun.
about. They're saying Raam has a hard time with Gargos. I have played that matchup a lot, at least a couple hundred matches. I'm pretty confident that's going to end up being like a 5-5. Gargos'
Nice.
defense is garbage. If Raam knocks him down, he should lose his entire life bar. And Gargos has pretty good keep away. Not good enough to keep Raam out, but if he makes the right reads for enough time to get meter, once he has a minion out, it's a nightmare for Raam.
Yeah, it is.
So this match is a nightmare for one of these players. It just depends on which one gets that situation going first.
Yeah.
Which is why it kind of feels like a 5-5 to me. It's a who can get started, who can maintain.
It's a good momentum shift.
It's a good momentum-y match. Somebody's going to look like they're getting dominated each round, probably. He did not back up. This is going to be tough. Okay. Brandon needs those hard knockdowns in order to abuse Gargos. Maybe hard knockdown ender here.
Oh, no.
No, it goes for grab ender. That's fine. All right, he's in the vortex now. It's meaties or throws. And he might activate instinct, but he might get grabbed out of it anyway. Or if
just
Brandon does a
stab him,
meaty
alright.
heavy, then it'll just beat the armor on the instinct anyway. Oh, he's waving at you. He wants to be friends. Oh,
Ooh,
he
what's-
really wants to be friends. Show him that we don't do friends in outer space, Brando. All right, got that armor going. Brando,
Oh,
Yep,
he didn't
can
yeah,
hit him with the
yeah, those
heavies.
stories.
good patience. All right, that's a big punish.
Nice.
Or
Krill
a
is
small
on.
punish. The krill is on. Sorry. Back into the corner, Gargus. That's tough.
Oh,
Oh, very smart.
Ooh.
So when 2 command grabs are about to clash, because most command grabs are ungrabbable during their grab frames, the one that wins is the slower one, not the faster one.
So
that
why is
confuses
that?
people
Yeah, why is that?
because your grab invincibility ends
Yeah.
after you're done trying to grab,
Right.
and then the other guy's grab comes out later, but he was still grab
Going
invincible when
on.
you tried to grab,
So
and
it's-
you get grabbed.
So
right?
it's about when the vulnerability comes
Exactly.
out.
So it's kind of the opposite of what your brain might expect,
Yeah.
but if you think about it, it makes sense. The slower grab is going to win out there. Poor Gargus. Poor Garbos. That guy was silver, I guess,
Huh.
right?
Mhm.
Because that was
Yeah,
on a
so
2
yeah,
out of
yeah.
3. So keep trying our Irish Warrior with that Garbos. I'm going to be out there playing him with you and feeling the struggle of having to wake up. But I'll be damned if I don't love those little minions.
They're the best.
Oh, they are the best.
Pretty cute.
They're my sons. I will not let you hurt my sons. I love my son. Shout out to Jeff the Hero. Searching for another match here. This is fun. I like watching Brando play people online. We watch him do this in the QA lab sometimes. He'll just, between tasks, he'll pop open the machine and stomp on some people.
Yeah.
But it's really fun when a new character comes out because we have sometimes a couple weeks, sometimes a month, sometimes more experience playing that character.
Yeah.
And you guys are on day 2. You don't have the muscle memory yet.
Yeah.
You don't have as much
It's good.
matchup knowledge. So we can get in there and show you some stuff.
Yeah, it's good to see what they break down in that time frame. Too.
It is cool. It is cool. And I do wish, you know, in my heart of hearts that the community communicated with each other a little better, maybe shared stuff a little better. There is still kind of an air of people keeping stuff for themselves a little bit out there. But I think things are getting better in general. People are sharing a lot more. And
Yeah, they're definitely helping each other grow.
I think there's incentive with this 100K come in to hide your tech.
Right.
But I think that's the wrong move. Ultimately, I think that makes you weaker in the end because it's a big gamble. If you hide your tech, you're assuming no one else will find it or find the counter to it. And that's a roll of the dice. Somebody else may find it and know the counter. If you share your tech, you force yourself to deal with the counter, right?
Right.
You're like, here it is. Here's how to beat it. And now you have to learn how to beat the counter to your tech, and it takes you to the next level. And I think that's why you have to share your tech, because that's how you get to the next level. And with the 100K on the line, that's where it has to go, right?
Yep.
People have to get as good as possible if they want this money. I want the money.
Can't have the money.
Damn it.
Oh man, I'm so pink.
Oh, yeah, we got that.
We got turquoise.
What's his name? Real and True?
Real and True 16.
We got some good names. All of the names have numbers today, though. All right, Brando off to an early start here. Man, you look dashing.
Oh man.
So you do build up a little PD when you use medium to stomp on people, but if you do go for a command grab reset, you don't get it. You don't, like, it heals back up, right? It doesn't cash out.
Right.
So the mind game, when people realize that, is going to be stomp on them a bunch of times for PD, so they know you really want a combo and not a grab, and then just do the grab. Anyway, because that's not what they're expecting. You can use kind of the game mechanics to train people and trick people that way at the highest level once people are paying attention to those things.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, boy. Ouch. Oh, stabs. Oh, God.
Oh,
Okay.
another one.
I don't know about the 2-meter spend there. Probably would have saved the other one myself. But hey, what are you going to do? Did the 8-bit beatdown just add us as a
Yeah.
friend?
Yep.
Oh, man, you're busy, Evan. Oh, and Galactic Geek. All guys from the community and the forums and tournaments and stuff. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys at CEO is that like in a week? It's like next weekend,
so, yeah.
isn't it? It's really soon. I did get to see the registration list for CEO, and it is something like 125 people pre-reg, which is great, and tons of killers. Super scary, super stacked tournament yet again. I think the top 8 for that's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Brandon,
I'm loving this pink
undefeatable.
right now.
Yeah.
I am really loving this pink.
You got to get that. You got to get that muscle memory with the quarter circle forward medium kick and the down hard punch for anti-airs, right?
Right.
Very important. What else? What else do you have to get, Brando? What are your
With him-
tips?
Well, my general strategy with him, what I consider him as a character, is of extreme conditioning.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, naturally, you want to do that with any character you play, right? But the
Right.
thing is, he benefits so much from that conditioning.
That's the grappler life.
Yeah, exactly.
Stakes are so high that people learn what you're trying to teach them more
Yeah.
quickly.
They second guess themselves. a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a lot of new friends here.
Yeah, they saw the account name on the stream and now they want to be pals. But General Raam ain't friends with no one. Nice, good counter. Will you guys stop it?
Just want to
Come on.
see their names on
They
screen.
just want to see their name on the stream. Oh my God, you guys are the worst. I'll only be happy if we get a friend request from Fish Tacos Tonight, who has the best name on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Fish Tacos Tonight, friend us up.
Someone named General Raam should friend.
That'd be
right
great.
That'd be amazing.
General Raam doesn't
Third
have
Raam.
friends.
That's why he wants to add us.
now. Yeah.
And as you can see, Brandon is getting away with what I would call hella jump-ins. Real and True needs to learn how to anti-air with this character because I do not think this character can find success without good anti-air reactions. It's not just Crouch Fierce, it's also going to be raw medium emergence because that move is unbeatable.
There you go.
Good, he got an anti-air. Maybe he's listening. You got to get those anti-airs down with this character. If you can't anti-air with them, it's going to be tough times, I think. Oh man, look at all these people who aren't Fish Tacos Tonight friending I'm I'm excitedly looking at every prompt now, hoping it's fish tacos tonight. But it never is.
I can't remember. Can you turn the Xbox pop-ups off?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
can.
you can.
You can.
Yeah, we just
No
were
one ever
foolish
does.
and didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no anti-air again. Brando is going to win the game off of that. I was going to say full ultra because
awesome.
we haven't seen it on the stream, but that's okay. We don't want to do that to the good people out in the wild.
Yeah, Brandon, you've been playing a little bit from home since this came out, right?
Yeah. Definitely. So I've been learning a few traits and things that people like to do against Raam, and the things they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, I mean that's going to take a while, right?
Right.
It's people need to play against good ones, which we don't have many yet because he's only 2 days old.
Yeah, Philly Panties just
Till they really learn like what you can and can't do. Plus, in the mirror, it's like all those rules go up in the air
Right.
anyway. But you definitely you're gonna feel like you don't want to be anywhere near this guy pretty
Hey,
soon.
Brandon, you want to turn off notifications real quick?
yeah.
But what if Fish Tacos Tonight's friends us and we miss it?
It's too late. Time has passed.
Damn.
Check after.
So this is a classic. This is why we can't have nice things moment. You guys are all jerks, and if you could just calm down, we wouldn't have to waste time doing this. But you can't. You're all jerks.
System?
We have to find out if Brandon can find this.
I was gonna say I know it's here, but we
Yeah,
gotta
somewhere.
Display? No.
I don't know where it is
Somewhere
either,
where it's
honestly.
All right, well, we're just going to keep giving Fish Taco a chance.
More chances.
All right.
Give me one last run around.
Yeah,
Wait,
this is-
I think
this
I
is
got it.
terrible.
This seems like a good place to look.
If you got any more questions about the game, General
Yeah.
Raam, anything, what do you got? We won't necessarily answer the weird, dumb questions, but we'll
We
answer
can't do
the
that.
questions that aren't weird, or the questions that aren't about things we can't talk about. Like, who's the last character? Is it Charles Barkley? No,
I
it's
already
not
said it's
Charles
not
Barkley.
Charles Barkley.
But Ramon will read us questions from the chat. You can tweet at me as well. I got my phone up now, so if you want to hit me with some questions, then I can answer them. We can answer them. We can help you out with answers.
Someone asking if sometimes Raam's back throw doesn't swap sides in the corner.
Yeah, it's a bug. It happens. We got bugs with every character. We fix them as fast as we can. But yeah, that happens, and we'll get it fixed.
Looks so out of place in this beautiful landscape.
Oh, it's Ixion. He's
that-
probably streaming right now.
Oh,
So if you guys don't know this dude, this guy was the top Dan player in Street Fighter 4, and that probably sounds silly to you. But he took a round off Jay Wong once, and Dave Hansen, who used to work with us, is a huge fan of Ixion. Ixion just picked up KI. I've actually been watching his stream a lot lately. He's going
been
through
enjoying
character
it.
by character in order on character select and playing them for like 2 days a week and learning them.
Cool.
So he just got done with Thunder. Now he's on to Sadira. It's going to be Orchid next. This is I believe he's in Sweden. So this is a pretty long distance match. And it looks pretty smooth. Pretty cool. I wonder if he knows who we are. Because I went into his chat and he had no idea who I was, which is very rare for me with KI players at this point. The Ixion's super cool guy, super smart, learning the game, loving the game, wants to help the community, wants to stream. We could definitely use a bunch more great streamers to drive traffic to show people why KI is so awesome. But he is going to be new with each of the characters he plays for a while as he learns the game, so he's not going to be super pro level yet till he gets through the cast, learns how to use them, defend against them, and decides who he wants to main, I think. And that'll be interesting to see who a Dan
Yeah.
player
Yeah.
love
decides to main.
I
That'll
love
be
watching
very
his evolution
interesting.
with the game. It's really unique.
Yeah, he's really fun to watch. I like the way he approaches it a lot. So definitely check out his stream, guys. He's probably streaming right now. I know he's been doing Tuesdays and Thursdays for KI, which is probably why we ran into him.
Couple questions asking about what's Raam's ideal range to
So-
be standing at.
Ideal range is going to
Oh,
change
nice.
based on the matchup. Great question, by the way. But I think you want to be in a range where Krill Shield attack is going to hit or be blocked, and that crouching medium punch and standing hard punch can both reach. And you kind of want to hang out there and be a jerk. Make sure they respect your footsie buttons, but you don't have to respect theirs because you can use Krill Shield. And that's very important. So obviously that's like going to be just outside of standing medium punch range. And standing medium punch is so fast that once you're in too close, you can use that button a couple times to kind of push yourself back out to the ideal range. Now that range is going to be like just outside of your light command throw range, which doesn't sound ideal because you're a grappler, right? But grappling is not about that. It's not about landing grabs as often as possible. It's about the fear of the grab.
Right.
And you're probably getting damage when you're super close to them because they're so scared of it and they want to jump, so you're just tagging them a lot out of the air with all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you want to play back a tiny bit farther than that. Once you're comfortable that they're really scared and you've gotten away with a couple standing medium kicks to move yourself back in, maybe you do the fake medium kick, the forward one, and then grab. And then once you grab, you move into a more vortexy, grapplery style of game where you're doing really, really nasty stuff to them on wake up. You're getting the krill on them and trying to let that sit as long as you can. I think that's all really important stuff. There's definitely some playstyle stuff in there, too. Some people are going to want to be more in your face. I like to hang at that range I was just talking about, especially with the krill on them, because they really want to hit me, and I don't let them. Exactly. I just react to the jump-ins and slash them a little bit and let the krill eat them. Yeah, that's exactly right. So Brando's kind of at that range right now. It's a great range to anti-air people, too. You don't have to worry about them jumping over you. They're going to jump into you if they decide to jump. And you can get that medium emergence and get that. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. That's a great range to be at. A lot of characters have trouble contesting, especially because they don't have a move that goes that far that fast. That's like a 9-frame normal. It's really good. Very good shadow counter.
Love that shadow counter.
Poor Ixion struggling with a new character. Okay. Yeah, invisibility, you know. See him better in pink, I guess, but... Good games, Ixion. Keep up the good work. We look forward to seeing who you eventually decide to main. That should be very interesting.
Definitely.
Very interesting. Who is KI's Dan? Who's the struggle right now? Agnes was the struggle in Season 2. Who's the struggle right now?
Right now?
That's the question. And did he pick Dan because of the struggle, or did he just think he was silly and liked it?
Yeah, there's always that.
And if that's the question, who's silly? Maybe he plays Rash. Maybe he plays Spinal.
Yeah.
Those characters are a little silly. Maybe Riptor. Riptor's a little silly.
Riptor's pretty silly.
I like silly characters myself. I'm a big fan.
I see him playing Rash.
Should we do one more and then call it a show?
Yeah, that sounds.
Hopefully we get a zoner. I want to see a zoner. I want to see Brandon fight the zoning character. That would be cool. This has been a fun show.
Yeah.
I really like this character.
I like being able to actually play people too.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's really fun. Lets me free up my limited brain power to talk a little more too.
Exactly.
It's pretty hard to do that while I play.
Focusing on like you and Isaac or somebody going at it and whatnot.
Yeah.
While still answering questions and everything.
Yeah, Isaac got bodied by Nervous Nick over a screw attack the other day.
Oh,
but he had to talk about the character the whole time he was playing. I'm pretty sure that would have been a much more even match if he didn't have to talk while he was playing. That's hard. It's pretty hard.
Nick was definitely going in, I think.
Yeah, Nick was going in. And he was playing full gore, which is a hard matchup for Raam anyway, probably.
Okay.
I say probably because, again, it's early and all of these matchup things are assumptions.
Right.
Maybe they don't shake out this way long term. What's this guy's name?
Hack Luis RG93.
Hack Luis RG. It's all one word. Hack Luis RG. Hawk Lewis Skirg.
Wonder how many notifications we just missed.
Hopefully all of them. It's another TJ. It's not a zoner. Let's see what this guy's got. He is a killer.
He is.
He's a level 50 TJ. He's a killer. Man, Brando.
I don't want to get hacked.
Better go easy on this guy.
You're going to full charge Krill Shield unblockable his last breath again. That's so mean. I love it. I love how the Krill look, by the way. The VFX team nailed that. Like, I couldn't believe they got so many of them on the screen.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh, I do it.
I was thinking we were going to get way less of them on the screen than this. I love it.
They're very well done.
Yeah.
They're performant, too.
That's
that
awesome.
Was my biggest worry.
What does performant mean for the people at home, Ramon? Because I use that word and they look at me like I'm a crazy person.
In a game like KI, we care a lot about frame rate, mostly because we need to have some buffer to be able to do all the wonderful rollbacks we do. So performance is very important.
So when Ramon says something's performant, he means that it keeps the game running at that steady 60 and gives us enough buffer time to handle all the rollback stuff we do online to make that online play so smooth for you guys. There's some cool articles you can read on how rollback net play works. out there if you're interested in the topic. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool anyway, but I'm a nerd. I'm a big nerd.
I also think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's super cool.
too.
I think if you had told me, 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, that I was going to be able to play a fighting game online with somebody and it would feel like they were sitting next to me, my life would be different right now. I'd be playing a lot harder because, that was the dream, right? Just to have people to play. Had to go to the arcades, and some of the people you fought were scumbags, and some of them were terrible at the game, and everyone was mean. There weren't like big tournaments or community websites to meet up with people back then. It was really hard. Nice. That was great.
That's super mean.
It's crazy how quickly you take it for granted, too. You play online for an hour, and you kind of just forget that this wasn't a thing.
Yeah, this is so cool. Like, I used to play on, some of the emulators on Kyera and stuff, and that was all the delay-based netcode. And I was playing a fighting game with somebody who lived seriously an hour away from me, and it was garbage. It was unplayable. It was like 6 to 8 frames of additional delay. You couldn't anti-air, you couldn't confirm, you couldn't do a combo, and the delay was changing dynamically all the time based on the connection, so it wasn't even consistent. It was something you could get used to. I just hated it. To this day, I'm pretty picky about it. I don't play delay-based netcode games online. It just really frustrates me. I don't like it. Even though some delay-based games have done a pretty good job of making a delay pretty steady and pretty tolerable these days, I'm still just not a big fan of it. But then GGPO came out, and that was when I got into Alpha 2 real big, because that was the only game on there as a test for a while. And I was like, this is going to change everything about the fighting genre. This could be huge now. And it's awesome to see how it's grown with all these different titles coming out since Street Fighter 4, and how tons of them have improved their net play to the point where we can play a dude in Sweden while we're live streaming to you from an office where 60 people are also listening to streaming music, and it worked. It was great. It was flawless. We felt like we were there. Got him. Don't look at me like that. You know what you're doing.
Pretty good.
That poor guy's probably going to quit now.
Oh.
I'm going to pick up Raam now.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, Raam seems to have some pretty good answers to TJ. That's tough times. Again, footsies. You maybe your character has footsies, and in a lot of matchups you don't play him. But you don't want to be anywhere near General Raam. You don't. He'll grab you.
He's got a funny smell to him.
You're going to have to learn to really hang out mid-screen, whiff punish. You're going to have to learn that game if you want to fight this character when people get good with him, which is not going to be that long. It's going to just probably be a couple weeks because he's really not that complicated. Anyone who is familiar with a character with that kind of game plan, I think is going to take to it super fast and be extremely threatening very, very soon. And General Raam is legal in this Sunday's KI Pro League. So maybe we'll see one appear there. But maybe it's a little too soon to actually see one crack the top 8. But maybe one in top 16. Who knows? Who knows? So that's it. That's the Iron Galaxy Tender Moment stream. Sans Tender Moment. Unless you guys have a Tender Moment. You got something, Ramon?
Nope.
I don't know. The delay was tender. I'll take it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully the tips and tricks we gave you help you improve as the character or against them, depending on which angle you're playing from. Hopefully you're happy that a true grappler has finally come to KI. It only took us to the end of the 3rd season to get one in for you. I got tons of hybrid grapplers, like tons of them, but no one who's just like really focused on that gameplay, and now we do, which we're really excited about. So thank you so much for joining us. I am Adam Keats Hart. You can follow me on Twitter at @thekeats, Keits. Noah
Sasso, get dizzy on Twitter with 3 Z's.
His tweets are enthralling. You
Tweets
should
are
follow
enthralling.
him.
IG Brando.
Doesn't have Twitter in 2016.
Make him one.
Damn. So if
Probably
you
for
want to
the best.
become IG Brando and be an imposter, now's your chance.
Oh, dude.
So yeah, again, thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you again very soon.